bro.
We need to talk.
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 Welcome back to We Need to Talk, episode number 25. I'm your host, MR.KOA, alongside
Top Boy.
And we have a full house of idiot kids in this place. I'm actually so cheesed to have these guys here.
I thought your name was KOA Talks.
KOA?
It's KOA Talks. Straight off the bat, there's no dot between the K and the O and the A, so it's KOA Talks.
Can we go with KOA Talks today?
First of all, we're going to start over because it's too loud.
Don't yell.
Damn, that was a great intro.
Yeah, it really was.
You know,
Just keep it.
if it's not too loud, I'll keep this. But it's MR.KOA for anyone who doesn't know.
Or KOA Talks.
It's not KOA. It's not going to be KOA. It'll never be
Yo,
KOA.
listen, Thor, chill.
Warren, shut up. We're going to be out of here in like an hour.
You're right.
That's bet. This Ashton Kutcher kid on my show. So, all right.
Fuck, I like
That's actually pretty good.
I got Dakota Fanning 2 months ago.
Dope. We have four guests today. I don't know how to make this work. I'm going to try not to overtalk over each other to make this as clear as possible. 3 of these guys are teammates from my school, University of Ottawa. We all hooped together. We had a very interesting time. You're not on camera while I'm talking, just so you know. So it doesn't matter what you're doing in the camera. we changed the camera. So anyway.
It was the best time of your life. It wasn't interesting.
It made you who you were today. Let's be honest.
Ottawa was one of the best times of my life.
Okay.
If we're being honest. We'll get into that. Introduce yourself one by one. For starting at the end, just swing the mic because it's for you guys. So
Warren Ward.
socials.
Warren Ward 10 at that's Instagram. Warren's World 10 Twitter.
Dope.
Warren Ward Facebook.
Next.
That's it?
You have a...
Wait, that's it?
Why do you want somebody
That's
to
it.
add you on Facebook?
Not the mayor? They don't call you the mayor?
No.
Introduce yourself.
Oh.
Yourself.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Self.
Introduce yourself.
Okay, so then we'll
Can we
go
go?
into
Can we
his
get
name. You know what I'm
started?
saying? Like,
Okay.
Can you finish out, please? Thanks.
My govey is Jacob Alfonso Gibson Bascom. They call me JGB JR. Twitter handle
Go ahead.
BVE _
Just so you know, these guys are a bunch of idiots.
It's real.
So this show's gonna be pure foolishness. So if you have no patience already, you can leave until
IG
next week because this show's gonna be pure
IG
foolishness.
BVE
Go ahead.
_ Israel. Twitter handle Mr. Ken Carson.
That's enough names. Next one.
What's up? My name's Thoreau or Thor.
What do you prefer to be called?
I fucking don't care.
What do you-
Wait, sure, are we allowed to curse?
Yeah, you can
Oh,
say.
okay.
What do you prefer? What does your mom call you? What does your mom call you?
Thoreau,
Thoreau?
but like Thor is just easier. It's
Okay.
quicker. But I'm from Copenhagen. I live in LA.
Yeah.
You can find me at Thoreau Arden
Yeah.
P and Bunch of Emotions. That's our like brand shit.
Dope. How old are you?
17.
Okay. Dope. You done school? In school?
Still in school. I'm a junior next year.
Okay. Dope.
That's pretty much it.
You come to Toronto often?
It's my second time here. Enjoying it.
Nice.
You know, with the family.
Wicked.
Yeah, son. Yeah, son.
All right, and last one.
I'm Akeem Gardner. My at's 1AKG __.
Dope. Okay. Usually I do intros to tell people what you guys do. If you can do it real briefly because there's way too many of you. We can start with the basketball player at the end. He's a professional. If you guys
said.
Yeah. That's enough said for you? Just pro baller? There's more to you than that.
Yeah, there is.
Give it a little bit more.
Do a little bit of everything.
Like what?
Call myself a creative.
Why are fans laughing?
I don't know why. It's funny. Like, honestly,
imagine us four in school for 5 years.
Yes.
Nothing.
No, I'm cheesed. Like, I'm sitting here and I'm picturing this moment.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
There's actually
a lot.
No one takes anything seriously. It's
and
the
it's
most
funny
foolishness.
Like I could tell them exactly what I do, and I say I do I do a little bit of everything, and everyone dies. Like
he doesn't
funny.
do it.
Like, you know what I'm
Anyways,
saying?
let's get serious for a little bit, at least.
Yeah, I'm a professional basketball player. That's what I do.
All right.
Yeah.
Dope. What you do, Jake?
I'm a professional at life.
What is it? What? What is your career? What is your occupation?
I'm in film production.
Okay.
Currently a writer and a director to an assistant to a film director.
And you're living in LA now, right?
Yeah, I'm back and forth between LA and Toronto.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dope.
I am a master of none. Just like busy creative shit. Like I do like I've been mixed into acting and like shit like that, and writing, and I'm getting more interested in music now with him, and then but most of the time it's been art and like fashion and shit like that.
Okay.
So yeah.
Cool. And last but not least, of course,
And I'm just a recent law school graduate. So.
what are you trying to do with that?
That's it.
Wow, the humble stunt there.
Yeah,
eh?
he's playing humble. It's okay. So what are you trying to do with
Fake
your?
humble though.
So are you're in Cleveland for a little bit, right?
I'm a recent law
You were in Cleveland for a little bit.
I'm a recent law school graduate.
No. When you were in Cleveland,
I'm a recent law
what were you
school-
doing in Cleveland? You're trying to coach.
I'm a recent law
I remember you trying to pursue something like that. Is that done?
I'm a recent
coach.
Why are you like this? Move on. Let's
All right. So
I don't know what that's.
some more.
I'm a recent law
Some
school.
more.
I'm so angry.
But it's okay. It's okay because we can get started. We can start.
This man, Ryan just took the time to say, "Oh, when we were in school, we never got anything done," and this man just
Because he's not answering truthfully. That's the
That
problem.
is the
I think you were in
truthful
Cleveland.
He
right?
does more. He does more than being a
does more.
recent
Like what?
law graduate. Okay.
Yo,
Like
so
what?
can we discuss what you do?
What I do? You guys know what I do. They know what I do.
They know.
This is our 25th episode. These guys know what I do by now.
25.
Yeah, it's 25.
That's big, man.
You guys are a quarter of a
Quarter
hundred. You
yeah.
guys, good. Zamor's probably pissed off by now.
I'm not pissed. I got 3 other brothers, bro. I'm used to this shit.
These are like my brothers for sure. What we do, as you guys know, if you guys are new to the show, for example, have you heard an episode yet?
No, I was gonna, but
That's all. You don't have to lie to me. It's okay. So what we basically do here is it's a relationship talk podcast. Every week we get questions from people who drop off questions with a relationship talk about something that they're dealing with, something a friend's dealing with. Sometimes they lie and say it's a friend, but it's them. Any type of question they have, they drop it every week. We go through the questions. We'll talk about it. We have our own questions sometimes, and at the end of the show, you can drop your own question to us that we can answer. Nothing's off limits. We get pretty raw with these, and
nice.
yeah, I know you're 17, so I mean, are you a virgin still or no?
Yeah, I'm a virgin.
You are? There's nothing wrong with
It's
that.
just not. For me, it's just like it's not a worry of mine. I want to get on my grind and shit like that.
Straight.
And then
Yeah.
that's where it is.
17's not
And
it.
all the girls are my. Oh wait, that was about to get nasty.
All the girls what?
nothing.
They're not listening. What?
I just
Nah. There's no holding back here. All the girls are what?
they're not the nicest there.
That's fine. That's fine. They're not the nicest anyway. That's all good.
Shout out to his school.
Yeah.
Shout out to it died too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's what we kind of do here. We'll start off real quick with the questions from today, actually. Or
Yeah, no, we got some questions
some
today.
today? Okay.
So Kyle McLaren 7, he asked how important is taste in music for the person you're seeing? Personally, if you just want to listen to country music, you're cut. To me, that's a big conflict. Let's hear your opinions. So do you think you got to date someone that has, like, they got to be into the same type of music as you?
No, because I think you're more inclined then to learn something new about something else. So that's one, but it would help if you guys do listen to the same kind of music. I'll say that.
Yeah, I would agree with Warren in the sense that, it would definitely help if you guys were into the same kind of music, because, if you're not into it and your partner is bumping, say, country and you're not into that, then, you'd probably get annoyed.
Is that enough to not pursue something?
No.
So if you never like the same music ever, she wants to go out, you want to go out, and she's like, I want to go here, I want to go there. You're like, I don't like that music. She's like, I don't like yours. Can't go out. You're at home cleaning. You're like, I want to play this. She's like, shit's bullshit. And you're like, your shit's bullshit. Is that like every time? Like, there's nothing that you guys like in terms of music. Everything else is cool. Relationships, family, cool, friends, whatever. But when you want to play music, neither of you guys like the same music. Is that enough to?
Yeah, I don't.
It's not a breaker?
I think if every other part of the relationship works, and it's just the music, I think they can get over it in the sense where, like, you really like the person, you guys get along in every other aspect of life.
I can like you as much as I want. If I don't like the music you like, it's nothing to do with me liking you.
I know, but if it's just the music, are you really gonna
That's what I'm asking
break
you.
up with
That's
that
what
person
that's
just
exactly what I'm
because
asking
of
you. Are you?
Yes.
No, it's Jake.
I'm telling you.
When the mic gets to you.
No,
Jake, I'm talking.
Yes.
No, I wouldn't.
Hakeem?
No.
So we're gonna start wait, guys. We're gonna start the guidelines right now. Don't talk with someone else talking. No, I'm actually dead ass serious. There's 4 of you guys to get these. Edit this is gonna be fucking crazy. So when someone's talking, just let them talk. When it gets to you, will get done. Yeah.
I would say I don't care at all. At all.
About music.
For me with music, it's like I can hear anything.
Okay.
I mean, the one that's hard for me is pop country. Old, like more old country, like Johnny Cash and shit like that. No, it's fine. I can listen to that. But like, if it's pop country, but like I feel like that's just is a harsh way of looking at it. Like
So otherwise, you're not
music,
that. You're not that
and
picky.
anything that's creative is based on opinion, you know. So you
Yeah.
can't really be like.
Well, you can.
You can.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's a little outlandish.
Okay. It's all perspective. There's no right or wrong. There's to be like you can't like or you can, but it works for you. What about you? Music is very important to you. I do know that.
Yeah, music is very important to me.
Get a cry now.
So to repeat, the question is if we didn't agree on
If
the taste of
the taste of music is the taste of music enough to not pursue something with somebody. So this is you'll know someone's music before you start dating them.
Yeah.
So it's not to say I'll break up if I find out their music isn't the same taste, because you're not gonna start dating. I'll listen to music at least once with you before I date you.
Yeah.
So if you get to a point you're like, you guys never like the same music, you guys go out, she's like, oh, I'm not feeling this. She's like, you go where she wants to go, you're like, I'm not feeling this. And when you're at home together or doing stuff, nothing you play is what she likes, nothing she plays what you like. So you guys can just put your headphones in, just like, all right, I'll listen to my shit. Like, is that a deal breaker enough moving forward? Like, music is, I listen to music every single day, so that's something that's super important for me.
Yeah, and it's super important for me too. I think if being open to listening to different types of music is important. If they're open, then maybe we can find a compromise. If you're not open to different types of music, then it's a deal breaker.
Right.
For me personally, I'm open to hearing different type of music,
Yes.
except for rock.
Right.
Rock is just noise to
Like,
me.
you're not open to it.
Wait,
It's
what
noise.
type of rock? Classic rock or new?
Just any rock.
Any type of rock that I've heard in my experience has
Okay.
just been noise.
Yeah.
Can't listen to it. I don't know what they're talking about.
That's
You know what I
ignorant, but okay.
mean? I'm saying that
No,
it's,
but I
not,
know-
it's not ignorant if
You perceive it as noise. That's what you're
if
saying.
every type of rock that I've heard.
Right.
It's not ignorant because it's what I've heard, and I'm telling
No,
you that
to say it's noise, I'm saying.
no, it is. That's what I've heard. I've just heard noise.
But I'm saying to them it's music. You're just to call it noise, I'm saying is an ignorant response to what I'm saying. Like, them creating art, there's a lot of rock artists that are famous right now. It's not, you can't say their work is noise. But
A lot of them died.
But you just said there's a lot of rock
Good
artists
ones.
creating noise.
yeah,
creating
creating
music. Sorry,
Correct, yeah.
I'm saying the rock that I've heard.
Is interpreted as noise.
Yeah, because it's
To
just
you.
loud. Yeah, that's how I interpret it.
Good
So it's not
question,
ignorant.
by the
I'm
way.
not saying.
Whoever sent that.
Kyle,
Yeah.
I think it was Kyle.
Kyle
Kyle,
McCoy.
Kyle, you the man.
I'll answer that real quick. For me, music is super important. I use it for many different things, whether it's drawing, whether it's creating, whether it's, getting amped for a game or something. Just music is so imperative in my life that I think it is a deal breaker for me to even pursue something with someone that can't mesh with musically. Especially, I drive a lot. Like, I'm always on the road, or I'm going somewhere, doing a shoot or doing something. And if you're with me in the car, I've been in relationships where I'm with someone in the car and I'm playing music, and they're just kind of sitting there. And I've been in relationships where, or not just relationships, but talking to a girl where I'm playing music and she's bumping with me and we're having fun. Like, that's something I look for. Like, so if that's not there, I wouldn't even pursue it. Like, I'm at a point where I'm like, I want to be in the car with someone, and then we're both like, Vibes Cartel comes on, we both know the lyrics. Like, that's just something I just want. Whether it could be picky, whatever, but that's something I want. So if I'm in a relationship with somebody and I'm playing tracks and they just don't know anything, they're like, oh, like, okay, cool. Like, and I just feel like I'm in there by myself. Like, it's not enough for me to specifically date that person
Dog,
anymore.
You have a weird relationship with music.
Why?
Because I remember once you pulled up to my house,
Yeah.
and, like, you were sleeping in your car.
Young man?
This dude was playing Young M.A. so loud, but he was sleeping, like, dead cold.
Yeah.
I'm like, how are you doing this? Like, how are you sleeping with the
I'll
hypest
sleep to
music playing?
music, bro. Like, it's music is fuck to music or whatever. Like, music is very important, man. Were you gonna say something? Yeah.
No, I was gonna ask a question.
Yeah.
So, are you open to hearing different types of
Oh,
music?
I love all music.
'Cause one of
I can't bump on music, but I like whatever. I can hear rock, and there's some rock songs that I'm like, I fuck in like soundtracks of movies, and I'm like, fuck it, I'll Shazam it, and I'm like, how do I like this song? Like, it's just based on the feel of it. So it's not that I can't say I don't like rock, because that's not true, right? So I like all music. There's country songs I've heard. Young Thug made a country track, and I'm like,
country album.
depending how you know what I'm saying. So it's depending on the sound. Now I can't say there's a particular other than like maybe EDM. I think EDM. I can't. I haven't.
That one's hard.
I can't get
With
that.
rock, it's
Like,
kind of
I
like
don't know,
new.
man. Give it a chance.
EDM.
I went to an EDM party in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Give it a chance. I've been to an EDM party.
Yeah.
And
Like you enjoy the atmosphere in the party, or do you enjoy the actual music? Where you're like, this is
both.
Yeah?
And,
Okay.
and they complement one another.
Yeah.
You just got to be in the right setting.
Yeah.
maybe.
That's kind of true.
Yeah.
For me, it's also just like rock. That's kind of what I grew up with in that vibe. And then when I moved out to like Cali, that was when I started like the whole hip hop vibe. So
Okay.
then it's kind of like you just have. I like the mix of both
Yeah.
sides.
So you.
No, it's not a deal breaker for me. Like I listen to everything, to tell you the truth, but it's weird because if I'm like filming shit, sometimes I'm filming stuff with music in my head without like actually having it there, right? If you get what I mean. So it's like I'm always, and sometimes like the music that I'm thinking to use isn't necessarily the music I would listen to on a regular basis, but
it's the feel for that.
But it's the feel, right? So when you're talking about like you listen to a movie and you hear a rock song and you're like, oh, I like this, it's because of the feel that it's adding to the visual, right? So in terms of being a deal breaker, not really, but I've personally never been a fan of country music, and I probably won't be. So that's just my opinion.
For me, it's like country because like it's such a weird thing. I mean, just to go off, there's a difference, pop country and like old country. Because if you think like old country is like technically Johnny Cash. I don't know if you know about it, but like that's country. And then there's become this thing that's like pop country, which is like, you know, Brad Paisley and all that shit. It's bad.
Yeah.
It's nasty.
Not my favorite.
Like Tori Kelly? What's Tori Kelly? You know who she is?
Tori Kelly is that?
I know she's fine.
She had a dope album.
Yeah.
She's like,
but it was like country, like
That's pop, isn't it?
Is it pop country?
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, next question. From Ellis Domenis. Do you ever think back on past relationships or dating partners and be like, if only I knew then what I know now?
Jeez.
Man's got real quiet.
Hey, you know what's funny? The first thing you think about is all those past relationships.
Every man's like this.
Definitely. I wish, because like it's the thrill in the beginning, right? It's the chase, and you don't really know them, but you think you want to, and then you find out, and some things you just aren't too fond of. So,
Is there anything that has? Is there been a time you've left a relationship and then after you leave the relationship you're like, fuck, let me try again, but it's too late?
Nope.
No? Okay.
There's been times when I've
go back to it and then they're beyond it. And you're like, fuck.
No, that's never happened to me.
Okay.
No. But I've gone back to a relationship that didn't work out, blah, blah, blah. I've done that before, yeah. And then when it ended, it ended.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that, you know, with anything, you know, hindsight's always 20/20, right? So no matter what it is, whether it's a relationship, situation you've been in, you always look back and you say, oh, you know, what could I have done differently? But I do think that, you know, when you are in a relationship, you should be present in your relationship and don't try and think about past relationships or future, like just be present in that relationship. And a lot of thing that happens a lot of the time is, you know, you'll be in a relationship with somebody and then you'll break up and then you have a hate for that person or you're upset with that person. But I try and always look at the positive things, you know, and take away from the positive things with that relationship. Because if I'm in a relationship with that person, that means that, you know, I want that person to help me get better and I want to help that person get better, you know. So if I do break up with that person, I'm not like, oh man, and I think the negatives. I always think of how that person made me get better and how I made that person get better.
Wait, what? Before you switch, does that still apply if the person you broke up with pissed you the fuck off?
See, I've never been in a relationship where, you know, somebody had done something to hurt me, even
never
intentionally or like consciously, you know.
Okay, so
I've never
from your perspective, and
yeah, from my perspective, from my experience.
Fair.
He pretty much answered, in a sense.
I have a question for you actually. Just since you're 17, how many relationships have you been in, if any?
Like
that you consider a relationship? You're
not
17.
Really any.
No?
Like,
Okay.
Nothing that was that serious in a sense, but like I've observed a lot.
Yeah.
When you're just kind of on the sideline,
Yeah.
you just like observe a lot.
And you mean observe like through your friends or older people?
Friends and like older people,
Okay.
even like my own parents and shit like that.
Are your parents married right now?
No, they got divorced.
Okay.
4 years ago. Yeah.
So they were together.
They were together. Yeah.
So you've experienced them together and then break up.
Yeah.
How was that?
Nasty.
Yeah.
Not. I mean, it was more the. I mean, it wasn't like a bad thing. Like they're friends and everything now and shit. It was just the stuff that kind of like happened after that and shit like that. But
like my parents have never been married, so like I don't know like what that's like.
Yeah.
It's like I've never had my parents in the same house.
It's like a weird thing because I have 3 older siblings, so like you're like
same parents.
Same parents.
Okay.
So you're all supposed to kind of just be like the fam, you know?
Yeah.
And then, like
everyone kind of split up a
when we
little
moved to
bit.
Florida, everyone kind of split up a little, and it was kind of like everyone wanted to just get out of Florida because we were stuck there, and then like it was kind of just spread out, and now we're we're pretty much all back together in the
Okay.
same vibe.
Are you staying with a particular parent? Or?
I go back and forth on my time. They're pretty
Okay.
chill. Like it's usually like I'll be there if he's in LA. I'll probably stay a little longer just because we're working on shit. But then like if he's not there, I usually chill with my dad's for like a while too.
Okay.
But they don't really care.
Cool. That works. You
Sorry.
remember the question?
Tearing up there.
Yeah, but everything. No. Because what you were saying is just making me think about other stuff about divorce parents.
Okay,
and
okay.
I'm learning from experience,
Yeah.
right? But we can talk about that
Yeah.
later. But in regards to the first question, everything that Jacob said, I agree with. Hindsight's 2020. It's not only relationships; it's everything in life. You always look back and say, "What could I have done better?" And I agree with Jacob. In past relationships, I try to take the best things that I've learned from these relationships and bring them on to whoever I'm going to see next or whoever I'm going to date or whatnot.
Yeah.
That's how I like to look at things.
My situation's a little different than all of you guys because I have experienced both sides. I've had relationships where I'm like, super great breakup. I'm like, you know what, this didn't work. We both accepted it. And I was like, this, I guess the perfect breakup. It's like we both got to the point where like, yo, like, it's not going to work. I don't hate you. You don't hate me. It just doesn't make sense for us to do this anymore. And they're like, yeah, I know. And they're just good. You still think about it. And the reason you think about that relationship is because I feel like it came to a point where it just didn't work. But there's not, like, you almost wish there was a reason it didn't work. And then, like, that way you don't think about it anymore. Because I feel like if there's an actual reason that made you guys break up, you're like, this is why I broke up. So that's there. Cool. I can put my head past it. But when it's like, you just, I can't talk to you right now. But when you get to a point where you break up on a good terms, you kind of, I feel like it will always kind of, maybe not always, but for a very long time will linger because you're like, we were good. It's just, there's just one thing that's out of our control that just makes it very difficult to get past. And there's nothing, I don't dislike you. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just like, it's just not going to work. We have to get to that situation where we understand that.
Yeah.
Then I have the opposite situation where it's like, a girl's fucked me over. Like, to the point, like, I never hated somebody in my life until this person. Like, I never experienced the feeling of hate toward anybody. But long story short, bought this girl a phone. We're dating. We're together. Bought her a phone. She's my girlfriend, so I'm like, you're gonna pay for your bill, obviously. Like that's what you'd assume as your girlfriend would do. It's your girlfriend. So I got her phone under my plan. She was using it, had her own name, but the whole plan is under my name, my account,
Your account,
right? She ran up her phone bill a few months. Her dad was over. This was over, and I'm like, hey, like, you gotta pay the bill. She's like, oh yeah, I will, babe. Like I will. I'm like, okay, cool. And like, I'm not gonna be on her because I'm with you. So I'm like, just make sure, you know.
Yeah.
Fast forward, we got into a little tiff. Didn't work out. We ended up breaking up, but the phone bill's still there, and I never got the money. So I'm like, hey, I know we're not together, but you still need to pay this money. And then she flipped up and she's like, oh, I'll pay you when I pay you. And I'm like, oh. Like,
oh, okay.
Oh, it's like, and she's like, oh, so you want to break up, now you want to chase me for money. I'm like, oh, so you're going to be spiteful. So I basically chased her for a year for this money. The time chasing her, the bill kept racking up because I can't cancel the plan until the phone is paid. I'm paying my portion of the phone bill, but that bill's still racking up, hitting my credit. My phone gets cut off because that bill's there.
Yeah.
Talking to TELUS, they're like, sorry, it's under your name. Whole bunch of hectic nonsense. She cuts her phone off. She disappears. Can't contact her. Till this day, this is 5 years later now, I had to eat $2,500.
Wow.
Eat it. I hated her for a good 2 years. Like, to the point where I'm like, if I see her, like, I'm not a violent person, but I was like, I'm not even.
Still a lot of hate there.
Listen,
Yeah, you seem
maybe
like
it's
you're
maybe it's
still
still
irritated
there
right now.
Maybe it's a little bit still there.
There's a vein coming out your neck, bro.
Maybe a little bit, no, but I don't have the anger anymore, but it still pisses me off. Obviously.
$2,500 is a lot of money.
Bro,
It's a lot of money.
Like,
That's some
and
bread.
it's not like it's one of those things. It's like if I don't eat it, my credit's hit.
Yeah.
I have no phone. Like it's one of those things. Like, what am I gonna do? So I had to eat it. I worked the whole summer. I wasn't making that much. I worked the whole summer to put on that bill. Left myself at nothing. Fucked, but I had to do it. For me to get over that, moving forward, it's like that's not something that I can. Like it took me a while for me to be like, you know what? It's just money. Like if you make the money back, that's something you learn, a lesson learned. But the hardest thing for me to do was, and what a lot of people do, is the next relationship. I'll never do this again. I'll never, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the worst thing you can do.
Yeah.
Because the next person you meet is not like that.
Yeah, it's
right.
different, yeah.
And a lot of people are like, you know what? I'll never get another girl, another phone ever again. I can't say that. That's not like based on circumstance.
Exactly.
But for a long time, I'm like, I'll never buy another girl, another phone. I'll never do this. I'll never do that. And it just makes you really cold, right? So that's something you gotta try and take yourself out of. You know. What about you?
I agree mainly with what Warren said, but also I feel like, every relationship that I've been in, whenever I move on to the next one, I usually think about I typically think about all the stupid shit that I did in the previous relationship. And I'm like, all right, I'm probably going to avoid this the next time I go into it. But where it kind of contradicts your point is when you're saying like you have to be just present in that relationship, right? And I think that's like a big thing because it's easy to think about like past relationships or other things that you're doing. When you do that, you don't realize that you're kind of like fucking up the relationship that you're currently in, right? So at least in my experience, like if I've been with girls who say like the reason I am this way is because of like past relationships I've been in, right? Which like I understand, but then it can get frustrating to a point when it's like, all right, but this is a different relationship now.
I'm not this guy.
Like, I'm not this dude. Yeah. And it's the same thing in reverse. Like, I'm not this guy. You know what I mean? So the key thing is, like you said, to just try and stay present in those moments. But yeah, there's definitely things that have like happened. And I just look back and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna avoid this. I'm gonna do this differently moving forward.
I want to know, how do you break that? The girls. How do you break the girls saying, I'm like this because of my past relationship? How do you show them like?
That's exactly what I showed them.
But how? Because sometimes it's not so easy. Sometimes it's damage from girls will stay in relationships for a long time. And even sometimes we will stay in relationships. We'll get hurt and we'll be like, oh, as soon as we see a girl, or I'll say, as soon as I see a girl do something that one of my exes did, I'm like, whoa.
Red flag. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a red flag. But I don't necessarily know that she's going to follow through like my ex did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So how do you break that on, I guess, your side? And how do you try to show your partner that you're not like everyone else?
This is okay. This is like very
applicable.
This is very applicable because, like, okay, to be totally transparent, like one of my exes, she had like a huge issue with social media because every ex that she had in the past, which I didn't find out until like years into our relationship, every ex that she had basically cheated on her, and it was a result of them hitting up girls through social media, right? So, like, it's not like, okay, like any girl that like dates me or any of my friends, they know that I have like a lot of female friends that are really good looking, right? And hold on, let's go to the corner. I have a lot of female friends that are really good looking, and I mean, they're just that. They're just my friends, right? And sometimes you see the way that like, I'm pretty sure everyone here has been in a situation where girls will just leave comments or like certain things on your page, and you might look at that and yourself and you're just like, shit.
What's it look like?
What's it look like? This looks bad, but you know that it's really nothing anything. And I feel like every guy has been through this, and we're all gonna say like it is nothing because we know it's nothing, but it's like an impossible thing to deal with women. And it's like Ryan said, all you really can do is just do your best to show them through like whatever, maybe it's through social media, saying like making it clear that you are in a relationship if you're comfortable with that. But there's only so much you can do, right? Because they also have to take the step to like accept that you're not that other guy, right? Because if I move through every relationship moving forward with, all right, because this girl did this to me, if you do this, you're the exact same as her, like I'm never gonna get anywhere, I'm not gonna be happy, right? So
my thing to answer your question quickly is that I've got to a point where like I've dated a bunch of different chicks, different races, different personalities, and I think I've got to a point where I've accepted that we're all damaged. All of us. Guys and girls. We're all damaged in different ways.
I use the word imperfect instead of damaged?
No, I say we can use imperfect, but I say
damaged.
I say no, but we're all imperfect naturally. Yeah. That's imperfect. But I mean, when I say damaged, I mean there's something that all of us have that makes us who we are in a negative aspect. So I say damaged because there's a part of us that's weakened compared to someone else in a different area. Whether it's social media, whether it's insecurity, whether it's we all have a damaged area in some. That's what means we're damaged.
And it's heightened in this generation because of social media.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, what I was saying is, I've reached a point where since I've accepted, guys, chill. Since I've accepted that we are all damaged in different ways, I just don't talk to certain girls with certain damage, like with certain areas of damage. Like I feel like I have that right to be like, I don't want a girl who's damaged in this area. I'm not looking for perfect, but if I talk to someone who, for example, you're saying, like his example, for example, if social media is her damage point, and she's like, in the past, like social media has been a thing for me, blah blah. I probably won't pursue her because I don't want to fix that. Like I don't want to have to deal with that at all. Like it's not that you can't work through it. Like, but that's not something I even want to. If I meet you and that is your damage area, I'm just like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like your damage area, social media. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
like
it's actually pretty smart.
I want to meet a girl
Yeah.
who's that's not your damage area. Your damage area might be family and friend, and you know you don't have a father. Like I can deal with that a little bit. I can do a damage area where it's like, you know, maybe you're not as vocal, but if social media is your damage area where it's like I just when girls comment, I'm like, okay, well listen, I'm gonna tell you it's gonna happen at some point. This is your damage area. I'm not like I won't even pursue it. So I know I meet a girl right now and she's like, oh, social media is whatever, like cool. I'm like, I'm okay with that. And I'll worry about the other stuff. But if the damage area is that, I won't even pursue at this point now.
Because the issue is, like, a lot of people mistake, like, where people fuck up is they mistake compromising, and then eventually it gets to a point where you're just not even being yourself.
Yeah.
Right? And
I'm not gonna keep adjusting how I use social media.
and that's my biggest fear, like, right now, because like social media, to be honest with you, has always been like a pain point for me in every relationship I've been in. And then
you gotta find different types of girls.
But I know, but then now it's like, I don't know, like pretty much like my social media game is going up, right? Because I'm doing more things.
Shout out Top Boy.
Yeah, and like I'm beginning
Quick plug, he got dropped. He got reposted on a page that had what, million?
Yeah, it was High Snobiety.
High Snobiety.
Oh shit, my homies are on that page all the time.
He got reposted. I think it was at like 25,000.
It was a photo.
Picture.
I'll show you.
He does drone photography.
I fucking love that.
Yeah, so one of his posts had like 25,000 likes or some shit. So that's
So
pretty big
then-
for him.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But like, yeah, like the thing for me is now it's become so much more aware to me that I don't want to have to deal with
that area.
that like situations or arguments where those things come up. And I don't want to make it clear, like I don't want it to seem like I do not care about your, like, a girl's feel, like that's not the case. It's just that I'm at a point where I really find those conversations so trivial. Like it doesn't it doesn't make sense to me, because if I don't look at any girl that I'm gonna pursue and look at social media as a problem, then I want a girl that's not gonna look at social media as a problem for me.
I think like when you're wealthy, like if you look at anyone who's like famous or celebrity, like the comments on their pictures, like girls put hearts, I love you, daddy, and it's like these guys have relationships too, like their girls, and these like thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands, like, and these girls, like, you know, if this person has a girlfriend, they don't care about that. But if I post a picture and I have a girl, or, you know, my girl, it's like that's a problem, or anyone else here, it's like, so what's the escape? Is that I have to be rich before that's acceptable, or I have to be, you know what I'm saying? Like I got to be in a, you know, I guess like a real position of power before that's something that is, you know, I guess tolerable.
Before it seems like it's normal.
Yeah,
or it's like, oh, it's okay.
It's minimalistic.
You have 1,000 because there's so many of you.
Yeah, it's okay now.
Yeah,
no, it can't be that way.
What if it's the other way though?
What do you mean? The girl getting a bunch of comments?
It's the girl that has the comments on.
But
her.
that's every day. There's girls in Toronto that have thousands of followers. There's girls, any girl that posts like you know, a photo for attention or anything else, or a sexy picture, like they're gonna get likes, they're gonna get comments.
What I'm asking is, what if it's your girl who's getting that?
But that's exactly what we're saying. That's not my damage.
Yeah, there's nothing.
So
you
like
can
that
do.
whenever if my girl has 100,000 comments of guys, I'm like, no.
But I've also said this.
End of the day, she's in my bed, so like,
yo, that.
Yeah.
Look, if she's entertaining shit,
just say it.
if she's entertaining shit, that's different. What happened?
I almost spit out my water.
Why?
No, you said like if your girl has 100,000 likes, I'm like, okay, but end of the day, she's in my bed. So like, what am I?
If I trust you, it's like
I said it so many times before though. Like if you have a girl that's good looking, you just better know that she's gonna get hit on.
With that.
Like that's what comes with having a girl that is quote unquote good looking.
Hold on, repeat that. Sorry, Shishi.
Well, I like that. I like when my girl when she could walk in front of me and she gets attention, but I know she's my girl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
some
can trust her like that.
people like that, but I never understand guys who date girls who are good looking and then they get all in their feels when mans are hitting them up. It's like, yo, you should know this is gonna happen because I mean, you did it. Like you hit on her because she was hot or whatever. Then you found out she was also cool, but it was the fact that she was hot that you first approached her, right? So what makes you think that's not gonna be the case?
I was gonna say, because I've experienced with that. My most significant past relationship taught me a lot about trust because it was long distance, right? And she was beautiful, and we had to learn. Like, it was around when we were in Ottawa. We all know. But we used to go out on our own, and she used to have to trust me to go out on my own and come home. And in return, I would have to trust her.
Of course,
to
you
go
get.
out. And I would never want to be the one to stop her and say, no, you can't go out because I know there's going to be guys, you might flirt, whatever. No, go out, have a good time. We're young. Let's grow up. But I trust you. Like, at the end of the night, go back home.
Can I just say, I feel like girls having to trust you guys must be like big. And I'll tell you why, right? Because like 3 weeks ago. Wait, was it 3 weeks ago? Like 2 weeks ago. I'm not gonna go into the whole thing, but we all went out, right?
I wasn't there.
Huh?
I wasn't there.
No, it's me and Ryan.
Oh, you were right.
It's me, Ryan, my other boys, and we're downtown. And look, y'all know all of you guys are tall as fuck. Like I'm short. I'm like 5'9". Yeah. But here's the thing, right? So Ryan and I walk into the place, and I'm behind Ryan, right? All my boys are outside, like waiting to get in. And I'm standing behind Ryan as we're walking to the bar, and literally I just see all these girls like look up, right? Because you know there's a thing about like tall dudes, like girls seem to love like tall guys. You guys don't know. You probably don't know this because you guys are tall. So this is regular to you dudes.
I used to know it, but then I got my growth spurt.
Yeah, but seriously, no. But like seriously, this is the thing. Like any woman will tell you this, right? But what I'm saying is, like, I've been places with my boys, like I've walked places and like girls of looks, blah blah blah. But it's a different feeling when like you guys are so tall that girls literally have to turn their neck all the way to look up. And I literally saw every girl like within a 2 meter radius do this and look at Ryan. So now I'm sitting here thinking, like, if you four were friends in Ottawa. Ooh, you guys all said unison. Like,
I don't know nothing.
Hey, I'm just saying, trust is a big thing.
At that time, I wasn't really in a significant relationship, so I was able to, be free.
Wiggle.
Yeah.
Wiggle room.
Yeah, I was able to wiggle around and be, and explore and have some fun in university. Other people here in these chairs were in relationships, so they had a different perspective. Sure. I mean, but at the same time though, they did a little wiggle.
Wow.
Or two.
Wait, who are we talking about?
Who was wiggly?
Which man?
I wouldn't say which man. I'm just saying people like tall. No, tall or not. Every man did a little wiggle. Like, it doesn't matter.
I wiggled when I was
Okay,
single.
so
So
what is wiggling? What is wiggling?
It's like cheating, right?
Pressing things.
Cheating?
Pressing.
No.
Pressing things.
Going out and having fun.
When you're single, you press. That's wiggling.
Oh, is that the only
Pressing.
No, but I'm asking because
He was
said,
pressing when he was single.
but he said that
And
there was other men who were in relationships in university.
Oh, mans were pressing when
Who
they
were
were
wiggling.
single.
No, I don't know. I'm assuming.
No, but we were going
No,
out.
I was
right?
faithful.
We were
I was
still
faithful.
going. Yeah, we were still going out and
You said
having a
it's
good time.
trust, so I'm
Yeah.
assuming that I don't know everyone's business in university. I
Yeah.
can only speak for myself, but I'm saying there's probably certain mans that did a little wiggle.
A little wiggle.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
That's why I know what's a little wiggle. Oh, a little wiggle.
You just curious?
Yeah, I just want to know what's considered.
Yeah, what's considered the wiggle?
I could say one thing.
What?
When I was in a relationship, I was in a long distance relationship. It did feel good to flirt once in a while. I would flirt.
Listen, man.
I would flirt. Maybe a 1-2 dance.
We talked
right?
about
You know what I mean?
about this before in a different episode.
Yeah.
Flirting is very natural.
Yeah.
It's very healthy. It gets too far when you put action to it.
That's where I would.
Me and Akeem actually.
Both actually always we stopped each other.
Akeem, yeah. Funny enough, quick story. Funny enough, Akeem and I started university in relationships, both long distance.
No. Well,
What?
You were in a relationship.
I was first.
And
Okay.
our other friend,
Yeah.
Kamish, was in a
Oh,
relationship.
yeah.
Because you two
Shout
are
out
in a relationship.
comedian.
Shout out comedian.
Edwards.
Yeah, shout out.
Where have you been?
Shout out Casper.
Yeah,
so,
but
okay,
because
sorry.
you guys were in relationships,
yeah,
that's what gave me the boost to get into my
Right. So
relationship.
a couple of us were in long relationships, and then Akeem joined us shortly after. So all of us are in long relationships, hating it. Like, let's be honest, I hated it. We were basketball
didn't
players.
hate it.
He's lying. You're lying.
I would have preferred her to be around
Just
me.
keep going to
Anyways,
I didn't hate it. I was with my girl.
if we're gonna do this fucking PR bullshit in the show,
I
on
was
the
with
show.
my girl.
Anyways,
How long
okay,
did I
okay.
stay?
Anyways,
I
hate
believe
it.
Akeem.
I preferred her to be with me, but
I do.
I hated the fact that we were long distance.
that's
but
exactly what I'm saying. I hated the long distance relationship, not the person.
okay.
Anyways, so
My
we're
relationship
all
was
long.
fun.
Shut up.
I got to travel. My
We're in
relationship was
this.
fun.
We're in long distance relationships, and obviously we're all basketball players. It got to a point where, let's be honest, it got to a point where we go into a club, we have to say shit.
This is true. Yeah.
The more we
Shout out to Warren.
This guy acts like I don't know. Like
No.
I witnessed it. Remember?
This
Go on.
is true.
we get to a club. You see the basketball team walk in the club. Everyone knows the basketball team's here. You're in a small little city, basketball town. Very high school base. We walk in. It's a small town, like
It
our
has small
area.
time feels. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, we walk in the club. All the heads turn. Basketball team's here. Cool. Usually when we go out after basketball games. So most of the people that at the basketball game, most people that at the club, watch the basketball game like hours before. So but if any man that went off that day, he's prime picking.
And let me tell you, they came to the games dressed. They came to the games to the nine.
The way Warren's looking at it.
They came to the games ready to head out.
They're already going out.
They're already going out.
The game's just a pit
afterwards.
stop.
And basically, what's gonna happen at OVO Thursday, Friday? All the women that come to those, it's the same thing. Just imagine that every week.
Yeah, so like I'm saying, we get there, we get to the club, everything's easy, everything's very accessible, and there's very few. Like we're fortunate enough that neither of us really needed game. Like I built my game over time just through experience, but I don't think I really had much game back in school. I don't know if anyone's had. We walk in, girls talk to us, are like, oh, okay, you don't have to say shit. So if you're in a relationship, that's very tempting when you're in those situations time after time again. So Akeem and I would kind of be like, if you see a man like on the ropes, like you'd be like, yo, we just look at the man and be like, she's gonna call you tonight. So like, but yeah, it's one of those things where relationships are great. The distance kind of puts a little stress onto it, but if if you're comfortable with who you're with, then just stay focused, man. That's it. Yeah. What's the next question? You have another one?
Next question by Shy Soul. She says,
right?
Yeah.
She says, have you ever experienced heartbreak? If so, is there anything you regret, and how did you get over it? Did you actually deal with your emotions, or kept busy until you didn't feel anything anymore?
I'll answer quick. I've never been heartbroken. So
Never?
Never.
We start with Mr. Drake.
Not one.
I've actually, yeah.
Mr. Drake.
He's Drake?
No.
He's his Drake?
He's Aubrey.
He is.
Ooh,
He gets. Yeah, you give off an Aubrey vibe.
You do.
An Aubrey vibe?
You're an R&B man, no?
I am an R&B man.
Yeah, you're an
I was.
R&B man.
That's why I took the mic.
Alright, so go ahead.
You see how the mic immediately went to him first? He has the most to say. Yeah.
No, not the most to say, but that's
Yeah.
a very relevant
No,
question.
but yeah.
And I'll answer.
So we'll answer. Yeah, I've never been heartbroken. I've been dumped once in my life. It was in high school. I was 14. I don't think that was the
Doesn't
heart.
really count.
I don't think it was a
robot.
heartbreak. Anyway,
I was just say I deal with my emotions or my heartbreak. I'm a Pisces, so sometimes we get a little emotional. Yeah, I'm not saying sometimes.
Stand up.
Yeah. And I deal with it through music. I listen to R&B a lot. I love
That's
R&B.
when the Drakes comes out.
I don't listen to Drake like that. Come on, no.
let him speak.
I listen to
Let him
Drake.
speak, let him speak.
I
Go
listen to
ahead.
Drake, but not like that.
Go ahead.
But I actually listen to like R&B. Like I'll go through my playlist. I'll start with songs, Tree songs, Hate and Love.
You listen
all
to this
those
stuff
songs.
when you're sad?
Yeah.
Okay.
It helps me get through it.
Why are you laughing at man?
I'm not laughing.
So man's gonna be emotional?
Yeah, of course.
So you never been sad?
Of
That's crazy.
course I have.
Okay, so why are you laughing at that?
I was laughing at the way that you
Okay,
said
so you listen to R&B.
Because he knows this though.
Yeah.
He knows
okay,
this.
when you're sad, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it helps me get through it because
Yeah.
it's the
Therapeutic.
emotional connection. Relating to someone through their music. You know
Yes.
what I mean? Them putting out their emotion in their music. Them being vulnerable through their music. I relate to it, and it helps me get through it because I know that I'm gonna get past. Like one of my favorite songs Chris Brown, Just Fine. So I'll go through like my pity mode where I'm feeling sorry for myself or whatever. But then I'll get to like that mode, the song and the theme of the song is that everything's gonna be just fine. You're always gonna see tomorrow.
Yeah.
One of my other quotes, shout out to J. Cole, went to the concert, right?
Yeah.
Seen a baby cry, the second later she laughed. The beauty of life, the pain never lasts.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
These are the things that get me through. I always know that there's gonna be a tomorrow.
Facts.
And then that's how I get through my
Neighbors thinking.
heartbreak.
Dope. All right, go ahead.
Fucking.
Door?
I've never experienced heartbreak. More like I've more experienced like the fact of where like you were like, oh, I should have said something or kind of that vibe with a girl that I used to know, but like, not really
crushing
like
heartbreak.
not where I was like
Okay.
depressed in bed.
Okay.
But I'm not really that person. You know, I wouldn't get depressed in bed.
You're not that person yet until you
Yeah,
you meet until you
You
meet a
haven't
girl.
been. You haven't seen enough yet, man.
You're 17. You got a long way to go.
One girl's gonna
I've
string
seen
you along.
I've seen a
and
lot
crush
of things.
Whoa, why would you?
They're gonna do
But
it.
it happens.
I don't know.
It does happen.
I mean,
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm around good people that are building me.
That's good. Try and keep that.
Facts.
Go ahead.
Yeah, myself, no, never really experienced true heartbreak. When I was in high school, my first meaningful relationship came when I was a senior in high school, and we were like on and off for like 2 years. And when we did break up, like it hurt, but I was also young at the time, so you know how I
Like,
dealt
how
with my
serious is it really
emotions.
kind of thing?
Exactly. How I don't think I was really in tune with my emotions at that young of an age.
Right.
And then my second meaningful relationship came about halfway through university, and basically we were just on two different,
wavelengths.
levels,
Yeah.
right? And she was saying to me, I remember she said, Jake, I was pursuing, writing and getting into film and stuff, and she said, Jake, you have to get a career job. Like this isn't gonna last or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, okay, well, if that's how you feel, we can't be together,
Yeah,
and we kind of just went our separate ways. But we were still cool, like we were still friends. Like
You were in heartbreak. You're more just disappointed.
Yeah, exactly.
You're more just like,
Yeah.
alright.
And then now I'm in my third meaningful relationship in my life, and everything's swell.
Yeah.
I said,
Naom's watching it. Just in case Naom's
no,
watching.
I've never had like true heartbreak. I've been hurt before,
Yeah.
but I've never had like a crushing moment in my life.
How do you differentiate hurt from heartbreak?
Because hurt, like, I think you can deal with it eventually. Like you like heartbreak is something where you're constantly thinking about it, and I feel like it's tough. Like it takes you a long time to truly accept that.
Yeah.
The fact that like I was crushed.
Right.
But a hurt is like you fall down, you get you.
We all get hurt. Yeah.
Exactly. Like you take a knee, you put some polysporin or get a Band-Aid,
Yeah.
get up, keep on going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like. Yeah, but it still leaves a scar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you're hurt, like you got to take time and heal.
I feel like heartbreak is more hindering.
Exactly.
Like it
like,
really,
it's more hindering.
Like it
What do you mean?
It lingers. Like
it
it's
really makes an
something
adjustment. Like
to your body. Exactly.
would-
What's your body?
I would
to,
agree.
To you.
Yo, because I understand totally what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like I've been hurt before, and then I've only ever been heartbroken once, right? And the reason I can tell the difference is because that situation, it was when I was like probably 19 or
Right.
20, and I didn't even know how to get through it. My boys had to help me get
Yeah,
through it,
yeah.
right? And then after that situation, because I went through heartbreak, I was able to realize like, okay, I can. It sounds corny, but it's like I can pretty much get through any type of shit.
Right,
Right? I know it sounds whack to say because it's like I can get through any type of shit because of something I went through with a girl.
Like,
but
you know that's your lowest point.
but like it's
Yeah,
it's a crazy thing, right? And then
I also think it's like how much you care.
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
If you
Sure.
really care about the person
For sure.
and she does something wrong or like or you guys break up, that's heartbreak because you actually really care. But if it's like something that you're just going through, you don't really care, then that can be categorized as hurt.
Right.
But I will say though, like in like my last relationship that ended, obviously I was like really sad because I did care about the girl.
Right.
But what was different than any other relationship was that because I was so busy, like I had a lot of things going on, I didn't like my mind wasn't really there, like focusing on that relationship too much. So I was able to just move past it super quickly. So which is why I would tell people, like, if you go through heartbreak, you're going through some shit where you're hurt, honestly try and find something to help you be busy, right? Because you'd be surprised at like how fast time flies and how it distracts your mind.
Dope. Well, Warren has to leave pretty quickly, or right now.
But before Warren leaves, can I just ask you to? I feel like Ryan puts on, not really put on, but everyone doesn't really know Ryan the way how we know Ryan.
Yes.
So before we leave, we can't just be serious the whole time. So can you just really introduce Ryan like how we know
You
Ryan?
have 10 minutes.
No, I got about 2 minutes left.
Just
But
really introduce him to everyone.
I'll say
Name all his names.
yeah. All right, I'll go through the first
These
one.
are my
So,
these are my university friends.
right.
Guys.
So I'll
go
give you the
ahead.
first one, Ernest. So I call Ernest. I call Ernest
I call
Ernest.
Ryan Ernest.
Okay, I call
Yes.
Ryan Ernest because there was a movie, and the movie is named Ernest Green, and I was like, "Yo, Ryan," I was just joking at the time. I was like, "Yo, Ryan, you look like Morris Chestnut." Ryan took a picture of Morris Chestnut, put his face next to it, took the exact same picture, and put it on Instagram and said, "Hey guys," on Facebook, "Hey guys." I don't see it, but my friends do. What do you guys think? So from that day on, I was like, this guy actually took the time to do his head just like Morris Chestnut's. Take a picture of it and compare the two. I was like, your name is officially Ernest. Okay? And back at this time, me and Ryan kind of had like a rock relationship. So at first, I was just kind of doing it to make fun of him. But now it's like, he's like my brother. He's extremely talented. So now the second name comes Jack. And
Jack, I
yeah,
didn't- why?
Jack is because
This is
Jack
new.
of all trades.
he's the jack of all trades.
Right.
Ryan does a little bit of everything. So the two just went Ernest, Jack,
Ernest Jack.
and then whatever else comes up after that. You know, he's
Morris?
That's the thing. That's
yeah.
it.
Well, Morris is from is from Ernest Green, but these two have stuck, and now everyone around us, like we were with Marlon in Bahamas the other day, and Marlon calls him Ernest now too. So it just sticks. But I'll say this all comes from Ryan's character. He's a super talented guy. I've never told him this before, but I'm extremely proud of everything he's doing and been doing, just like everyone else here. But yeah, that's a little backstory on his name. He played basketball, and one thing about this guy that people don't understand is that he's relentless with everything he does. Basketball didn't work out, bang, he came up with the clothing line to this, to that, to this, and it's always progressive, it's always building, and that's something that I take, and I'm like, I can do the same thing, and I can apply that to my life. So Ernest, Jack, these are your names, but your man's is proud of you. Yeah.
Still hate the name, but it's love.
No, you love it. You love Ernest, and you love Jack.
Thank you for
Warren's
that,
going.
Warren.
Warren's going.
Thank you for that, Warren.
Finally, spread out.
Warren's going. For you guys that don't know, every summer during Caravan Weekend, there is a tournament called OVO Bounce. So Warren is going to do that. I'm gonna try and just hop over. Yeah. Yeah, Warren's heading to his game. I'm gonna try and make it after our podcast is finished. But he still got 3 guys left. You want to move over if you want? Just get.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Get
Now we got some space.
Get some space.
stretch out. Really.
But yeah. So what are we doing next?
More questions?
They have
Oh, yeah.
questions for us.
Sorry. Oh yeah. Yeah.
If you guys have any questions
Stupid. Yeah.
for
Forgot.
us, it can be anything.
So at the end of every show, and
Oh,
something.
it's already end.
Yeah.
Oh, I could go.
Well, it's not.
on.
Yeah, that was.
It's not the end, but the end. The ending. Sorry. And actually, want to let you guys know we're going to start something next week. So More and I are going to work on something very special for our show to try and differentiate and try and make it engaging for you guys. We want to start it this week, but we don't have the stuff ready. It's going to try have like a WNTT game. So we're going to have certain questions that we ask every host. We ask every guest each week to hear different answers and kind of have our set of questions, our kind of thing, to make sure we have this just different views. Everyone has a different answer. They're gonna be pretty thought provoking questions that make you think. That will make you kind of question your morals and and some of your judgment. But
Do you have like one you could like test off right now?
when I can test off, actually yeah. When I thought about actually on my way here, we might keep it if it's a good one.
Sure.
Was okay. So you haven't had sex yet, but you can try and join in. It's a sex related question. So if the girl you're talking to, and you fall in love with her, you guys are like, you know what? I'm gonna start dating you. This is great. Everyone loves her. Your family loves her. Everything's good. Everything's good. You have no complaints. You're like, this is the one. All right. You already had sex before you guys started dating. Sex is great. Everything is great. But once you start dating, she just decides I don't want to give head anymore. I just don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah.
Ever again. Like I never want to put your dick in my mouth ever again. It's just I just don't like the feeling. I mean, we can still have sex, but I just never want to give you head ever again. Is that enough to break up?
How good was the head though?
That's a very legitimate question.
So now I know to add this to the question is perfect. The head she gave you is top 3. Okay, so
Dog, I'm clipping that.
So you've been doing your thing. You're going around the city, meeting different girls, going on dates, whatever. You land this chick. You're like, geez, head's top 3, dope. You start talking to everything, fall into place. Like, shit, this is wicked. Everyone loves her. Everybody, you're great. You're like, I'm gonna date this chick. Top 3 head. She goes, you know what? I'm not into head anymore. Like, I love everything else you do. We can still have sex and do it, but I just don't ever want to give you head ever again. Is that okay?
Have you been through this?
No, I haven't. I just thought about it. I've never been.
The only reason I asked is because I've stopped seeing a girl.
Yeah.
Because she never gave head, period. Yeah. Right? And I never...
she didn't start.
Okay. But here's the thing. It's not like any girl that I've slept with or been in a relationship with, it's been like something on my mind where I'm like, you got to do this, right? But I thought it was at some point I was just like, yo, I've never got head from this girl. And then
But you had sex?
We had sex. And when we go through the whole foreplay, like that just never happened.
Just skipped.
And I was like, yo,
something's missing.
Something's missing. And it sounds so shallow, but when you're used to getting head,
Yeah, I don't think that's shallow at all. Though.
Yeah, like when you're used to getting it, then you're like, oh, like this is what sex is like without it, right? Because
let's start with that question then. So, Jake, first question. That's the question we'll use for now.
Yeah.
Is that if she's like, I'm not doing this anymore, but everything else is great.
Yeah.
Literally everything else to the point you're telling your mom like, I want to marry this chick.
Yeah.
But then one day she's like, Jake, the sex is everything's great. I don't want to give head anymore.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
No.
that sounds cruel. Like she gave you top 3 head,
that's
and then
what I'm saying.
she takes it away.
Are you breaking up? Wait, just wait. Are you breaking up?
Yeah.
You're breaking up.
110%.
You're saying everything else is perfect. Today it's over because of this.
Because I'm a top man person.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So if it was top 3 and she was doing it and it was great.
Yeah.
And she knew I liked it. Cause, if she's doing it.
Take the mic.
If she's doing it and, if it's good, top 3, I'm letting her know it's really good.
Of course.
And, I'm enjoying it. So if she just
You're looking forward to this.
You know what I'm saying? If she just she's being completely selfish and she's taking that away from me, 110%, I gotta cut it loose.
So what are you telling your family?
I'm telling them it just didn't work out. I'm telling my dad the truth. My mom, I'd just be like, she just wasn't the one.
She's gonna be like, how? She's gonna say, how?
I'd just be like, she just wasn't the one.
You don't have to ask him how.
Okay. What he's gonna say is she switched up one of her best qualities. Yeah. She's not the same person anymore.
So you.
It's the same answer.
It's done.
Yes, because she took away one of her best qualities.
So
why is
top 3 ever? That's what makes her hurt.
And you're breaking up.
Doris tripping.
I'm tripping hard. I would first of all go over in that situation.
Wait, have you got head before?
No, it's a weird thing for me. Like I switched from a bunch of schools.
Okay.
So then it wasn't because I was weird or anything. It was
No, you don't have to say that. Go ahead.
my last school was a very small school. Okay. So if you became friends with everyone, and not that I was attracted to anyone there, but if you became you're friends, everyone's friends, right? Yeah. So if one person went and dated somebody in the school, it just became a whole
everyone knows.
split.
Yeah.
So I was I'm not even gonna do it if it was. So with that situation for me, it's more I would have to think about it, but how I see it too is if she has all these amazing qualities, right? I would more just be fuck it, there is no soulmate. You don't have a soulmate. There's so many people in the world that you can connect with. You don't have a soulmate. Mm-hmm. It's all bullshit. I'm gonna
if you said that, you'd be like, "Fuck this."
No,
there's no way.
I'd be like, listen up. I'm on a roll, and it's all good. Yeah, for real. It's just there's not a soulmate.
Wait, once on that, do you guys
take the mic?
Take the mic.
No, I don't.
No, wait, hold on. I'll have to answer in a second. But this sounds I don't want this to sound. This is gonna sound sus, but it's dog. Like, I'm kind of jealous that you haven't had head yet, because the first time you do, you're gonna be like, yo, like, you might actually call me back and be like, yo.
Oh no, I'll fly to Toronto and come back to the show. Episode 35. Thor's has had sex.
Thor's first having sex. Thor's first head. Let's talk about that.
But I don't know though, because
What?
the first time I got head, I was like, "This is it." To be honest,
Because they're not experienced, right?
No, yeah,
They're not experienced
and
for the most
it
part.
was so built up. Like
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, because I've heard people talking about it all
Yeah.
the time. Yeah, I mean, I've seen it.
Yeah.
this and that.
But I say that because I think the first time I had it, like,
You're older.
I was a little bit older, but also the girl probably already gave head before, so it was like whatever. She knew what she was doing, but it's like, what did we say early? Like way early in the podcast, like every guy would get head from every girl, but they wouldn't have sex with every girl, right?
Very true. Very true.
Because like a girl can give great head but be terrible at sex, right? And could be saying vice versa.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's like, but like that's just the truth. So it's like, if I'm with you, like if I get head from a girl and it's amazing, like top 3, and then it's taken away from me, all I'm gonna think about is that head, and I'm like, why can't I have it? Right? It's
Oh,
bad.
yeah, for sure. I mean, it's just the fact, like, that whole situation that you're just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
There, and you were saying she has all these amazing qualities, but it's like, there is no soulmate. So
Yeah.
like, it's
Yeah.
not...
Yeah.
No,
Like,
so
there's not... It's... Okay, it's like, oh,
Life's
it
not
sucks.
fair.
And,
Life's
like,
not
to the fam, I'd just be like, Europeans, we're straight up. Like, I was like... She just wasn't doing it for it at night. Like,
Yeah.
but that's all. But with you saying like with head not being that great, I think that's an American thing because like America, like sex is like all around us. Like it's like in every ad and everything. It's just like, you know, like America is like the #1 consumer of porn, and and you know, just like it's just like everywhere.
Yeah.
But that's one thing that I get out of the, not to say get out the way, but like in the beginning when I'm talking to a girl and I know that, you know, I'm taking it, we're going there in that type of relationship, I would ask her, and I just straight up ask, like, what do you prefer giving head or getting head?
Well, I mean that's why the way they phrase the question is that she's been doing it,
Yeah.
and it's not until you start dating that
Yeah.
she's like,
Yeah,
like, I don't want it anymore.
Maybe there's something wrong with your dick
That-
by that point.
Just ask her, "Is there something wrong?" Be like, "Dude, you catch me cheating?" Like,
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, so that's an example
Okay,
of types of question I want to start doing.
like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have I think I'll keep that as a question. We'll add to a bunch of those, and just to hear people's perspectives on that, I think that would be pretty cool to people. I think people will tune in to try and hear people's perspectives on how to
Yeah.
get out of those situations.
Yeah.
But at the end of the show, you guys have opportunity to ask us questions, any question you want. Some people ask us, for example, to give you guys examples, how we broke up, why we broke up, different preferences, different likes, dislikes, what we do, like literally anything on the board. And we'll wrap up after
question.
that. Yeah, go ahead.
How do you? It's like way off. It's not even about
Doesn't
any
matter.
of this. How do y'all feel about like the ASAP Bari situation?
Oh, okay. Are you
That to
familiar?
me, I'm not familiar.
So,
You
pretty
go
much
ahead.
like during London Fashion Week, there was like a video that leaked of his homeboy filming it too, which is weird.
which makes
Yeah.
no sense.
And
like,
it was just a video of like, it was 3 guys, and then the girl was like with his manager or some shit, and then it's just a video of him pulling off like the cover, and they're filming her, and she's saying no, like don't film me, and then he's just like shut the fuck up, bitch, or something like that. And like Nike cut ties with him today,
Yeah.
and all that shit. So I just want to know the situation because, like, what's his name? Ian Connors also like in that whole ASAP vibe mob, and he's also had.
He's had shit in the past.
You can, I don't know much about it. You can answer. This
Essentially, like, I mean, it's all bad. Like when you do, if you get like if you do anything like that's in the realm of like sexual assault or like harassment, you're pretty fucked, right? As a dude, like there's not much you can do, and it's even worse when it's on camera, and like it can even be perceived that way. The only thing that surprised me about the situation is how long it took Nike to cut ties with it, right? Because there was a video out, right, and they only just cut ties today, but I swear the situation came up like couple weeks ago, right? So like, what
it's
are
been
they
like 2 weeks?
like? What are they like really deliberating at this point? You know, like
And they actually like they didn't even come out with like an official statement. It was just like
they just
we
cut
cut
it.
ties.
Yeah,
But like it's the same with like, you know, the whole situation. Then A$AP Rocky called in that line with telephone calls with Tyler the Creator on Cozy Mixtapes 1. He called, he says like, telephone call from Young Bari, he legit. That's what the first line said. And then he said, telephone call from Young Bari, he a bitch.
Yeah.
But then 2 weeks later, they were spotted hanging out. Like they were at FYI together. It's such a weird thing.
I don't know. Like, you have to remember that whole crew they've been friends for a long time.
Yeah.
I think Ferg, it might have been A$AP Ferg. He caught heat on, it might have been Breakfast Club or Ebro show. Is that Hot 97? Yeah. He pretty much caught heat because he was saying that he didn't condone, like he doesn't condone like what Bari did, but he's also like still his boy, right?
Yeah.
So people were just like, oh, he's like half-assing it. He's like giving a PR answer, but not that I'm saying what he did was cool by any means, but it's like you're not gonna leave your boy if that's your boy, right? You're not gonna cut ties with him altogether. So I didn't understand why
that's
people
kind of
were
also like if you know a couple very well, and like you know the couple and you're friends with both the girl and the guy, and let's say like in a situation the guy cheated on the girl, I'm gonna be like, you're a fucking idiot, dude. Yeah. And like this is a situation that happened, and like you're a fucking idiot, dude. But like you can't. It's not like still a homie. I mean, sexual assault is a little bit of a different thing, but in that vibe. So you can't even hate. Like, I mean, it's a weird thing. I feel like also a lot of stuff in like the mainstream media is weird, like worded wrong, and the person doesn't mean. Like
well, they won the story, right?
Because and Kodak got slack for I don't know what it was, saying something that he didn't like.
He said he didn't like
black women. The black women thing? Yeah. Dark skin women.
But it was just like for Kodak is really stupid because bro, you're dark as shit.
The way people have to understand that majority of these artists have very minimal education. Yeah. A lot of them. Yeah. So like how they say things and how we perceive things are not, and how they perceive what they're saying are really gonna align, because in their head, Kodak, what he says to us sounds absolutely ridiculous. If he's like, oh, I just don't like the darkest skins, like he's basically just saying, based on his preference. I'm not defending how he phrased it, but he's basically trying to say, based on his preference, I like these types of girls. Just that's what I'm attracted to. I'm going to, but when it comes out of his mouth, it's him basically negating. I like these girls, but I don't like dark-skinned girls, which is basically saying I don't like myself or my mom or like. He always doesn't mean that in his head. Of course he loves him, you know what I'm saying?
And I mean, just to touch on what, Ryan was just saying, it's like, we put so much emphasis on these, kids coming up nowadays, They put out one track and, it gets some plays and, they're famous all of a sudden. And, a lot of these kids are young, right? Teens. Yeah. And they come from low income neighborhoods and stuff like that. And like, they get cameras thrown in front of them, ask questions and shit, and they just say whatever's on their mind, whatever they feel, you know what I'm saying? So and
we use them and exploit them.
Exactly, and exploit these kids. So, I made a post about this a long time ago on my Insta, and it was just like this like graffiti paint, and it said, stop making stupid people famous. And I'm not saying that like, Kodak Black or these rappers are stupid, but I'm just saying we put way too much emphasis on them, and just because they're on TV doesn't mean that, they're
reputable.
Exactly. In any sense. You know what I mean?
I think one of the craziest things before you switch the topic is that just the way society is, we'll build someone up just to break them. It's nuts. Mm-hmm. Like it's like give this person as much fame as quickly as possible and then tear him apart. Like put him in the biggest spotlight possible and then wait till he fucks up. And then when he fucks up, rip him. Like,
we're on him.
It's crazy.
And
it's
Pac,
so crazy.
I think Pac said it, or was it Pac's mom that said, they'll give you all the tools you need to kill yourself.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, you definitely got to be smart. And then also just to touch on that Bari situation, is just that, like with social media and stuff now, like, you got to be so careful with, what you do. And you can't do anything that you're not willing to let be out there. You know what I'm saying? You can't just because there's so much stuff going
it's so
on,
crazy though, because like look, coming from like, because I work in PR, like this is something that I look at things through a different scope, like every single day. Like when I'm watching the news, I'm paying real close attention to how they're choosing their words with what they're saying, right, and what they want people to hear. But whenever I see like athletes get caught, right, like just doing dumb shit, or like, you know, all these girls coming out the woodwork saying so and so like try to hit me up, blah blah. I always think to myself, like, how are you letting yourself get caught in this day and age? Because like, yo, I'm a regular dude, and I know that if I go out, like, there are some things I will not absolutely do because Toronto is too small, and like everyone knows each other, and there's just some things you cannot get away with, right? If that's something that concerns you, so it's like, if I know this as a regular dude, how do you not know this when you get famous and you get money that everyone, or not everyone,
on you.
everyone's on you, but like a lot of women are trying to trap you. I don't know. I kind of have a hard time like having sympathy for like when I see like NBA athletes or NFL athletes getting caught doing shit. Because I'm just like, yo, like how do you? If I got famous and I got money, I would literally hire someone like a close boy of mine and be like, yo,
shut down
your job is to shut down
anything.
You know what the thing is? This is the thing. Sometimes you think it's that easy, but just because you have a bigger following doesn't change who you are, right?
Yeah.
A lot of these people, they're still regular people. They just have the spotlight on them, right? You know what I mean? So if I'm a regular guy, and in today, 2017, the way how you meet girls is through DMs, through social media.
You're just doing normal activity.
Normal activities. You try to build these relationships with these people. You don't look at it as, oh, I'm this famous
This
guy.
guy's gonna screenshot what I said.
You look at it and be like, hey, how you doing? Like, I'm trying to like get to know you, or whatever these guys. I can't speak for all of them, right? Some of them might be going dirty, some of them might, but for the most part, they're like, you know, that's how you meet people in 2017.
However,
so no, just hold on, let me finish. So, if you were gonna say you're gonna hire your boy to shut down everything, what am I supposed to do, Jake? You're supposed to look at every girl I DM in my phone.
No.
But what he's saying is, there's once you get to that point, you can't, Akeem, you can't meet girls through DM anymore. Like that's
but you do. In 2017,
but
that's regular.
Yes, right now we do this. But let's say like 2 months from now, Akeem, like you become mad famous. Like
you can no longer meet girls through. That can't be your way.
But I can.
No. You can do it, but you open yourself to like being put in those positions where girls could try to trap you, exploit you.
But I can get screenshotted tomorrow.
But
just being me.
But the effects aren't the same.
I know it's not the same. But this is the thing. Like, that's what my point is. Just because you have a bigger following, you're still a regular. I would still be me.
Yeah, like I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In 2017, it's the norm to meet people in DMs. It's the norm to meet people, and you can't always be somewhere. And think about this: if you're an athlete, you have unlimited resources, right? So really, I could play for Toronto, and I can meet someone on DMs who's from England, and be like, hey, you know what? This person's really dope. They're posting cool shit, whatever. Let's fly them out. I have access to those resources. I can meet someone in Miami. I can meet someone in Texas. I can meet someone all over the world because you have the bank account to support that. Regular people can't do that. It's not the athlete's fault that because they're on this pedestal, they can try to make genuine relationships, right? And like I said, I'm not saying that all of them are doing genuine relationships, and I'm not saying that they don't do stupid shit. I'm not making excuses. No, I'm just saying, like, anyone can get screenshot. Just because you're a professional athlete, or you're a celebrity, or you're a director, or you're an actor, or whatever you are, you can all get screenshot. I could be on the couch DMing girls right now, and I can get screenshot.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know.
Yeah, but the effects aren't the same.
The effects aren't the same. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, you can't stop that person from living their life because of it. In 2017, it's a norm to meet people through social media.
And it's just gonna get more and more.
Yeah,
normal.
it's a norm. It's not irregular to do it.
His argument is if this is how we normally meet people, whether we're rich or broke, how do you meet someone then? If you get to that level, but you still want to use Instagram.
I don't even.
I'm asking Jake. No, I'm asking Jake. If you get to that level where you're at a level where you're rich and you're famous, and you're not a typical person anymore, but you still have Instagram and you still see someone, or someone still connects with you the same way they normally would as a broke person, how do you connect with that person? Because you can't send your boy to message her for you.
Wait, just to clarify though, when I said like I would hire someone to handle this shit, it's literally for when like I'm out, like when I go out, right? Because I've seen how Drake operates when he's out, and you even mentioned it today, like basically, like he has people who literally will stop things from happening, right? Last year I was at ballet, and what's the big dude on Detroit? Fuck.
Drummond?
Yes, sorry. So Drummond was in ballet, right? They played on the Saturday, and he played in Detroit at home on the Thursday, but then he flew out to Toronto Thursday night, and it was in ballet, right? Mind you, he's younger than all of us here. So I'm like, okay, this dude just came early so we can party before the game. And I saw these girls that were like taking like selfie videos with him in the background, right? And literally as soon as they took out their phones, like two mans came and just were like, you got to delete that, like right now, right? Like, you got to delete that. And that's the type of shit I'm talking about. Because you can't control like what your boy does on the phone. But it's like, that's the type of stuff that I would have them do. Because like, how do you not have someone managing this shit? Because that's how you always end up getting caught. Like, was it Reggie Bush? It was someone like a couple years ago. He slept with some girl, but then she like took snaps. And like while he's sleeping, and I'm like, why do you like? How do you not know these things are possible, like going to happen? Like, I guess it could happen to me now, but it's
they
like
know that it's possible, but they're not looking at it that way.
They just don't care.
In relationships, they don't know that the person is going to be a snake. And also, just want to touch on one thing. Just because you said you see how Drake moves when he's out, we've all seen it. We're in Toronto, right? But that doesn't mean Drake didn't get caught up. What was it? 2 times last year, girls said they got him pregnant.
Everyone slips through the cracks. Everyone slips through the cracks.
But I mean, also, if you're at that level in that bar, wouldn't you be like try to be smart in that situation and not hang out with girls that take the pictures and all that? But like, because right now we're sitting. And, like, we just covered the thing about with the whole ASAP Bari thing and that happening. Isn't it then the whole reason, like, we're going to learn from that? And then when...
For sure.
Because I don't think everyone in this room, and Warren, before he left, will be, like, majorly successful.
But that's the thing. What you're saying right now is because we are aware of this.
Yeah.
They're falling into that because they haven't seen someone make that mistake yet.
Yeah.
They are the mistake.
No, but they're aware. They know.
Oh,
they're aware. Just because you're aware of something, we all know that if we cheat, our girl's gonna be mad. That doesn't mean that you don't always not cheat. Like, just because you're aware of something doesn't mean you always follow through properly the right way. You know what I mean? People make mistakes.
Look, they all know. They just choose to make because every year, beginning of the season, no matter what sport it is, especially in North America, like they have those summits where like the older players let them know like what goes on in the league.
With that being said, you don't think that there's more going on that we're not aware of?
Of course,
I think they do have. I think they do have people doing these jobs.
Yeah,
like
they 100% do.
We can't stop all the cracks.
You know what? You know why they get through the cracks? Because the man that's supposed to be doing that job, he falls through the cracks himself. Exactly. Because he gets caught up. Like you gotta have a man for the man, and then another man for that man. Like it's a never-ending cycle.
There's also like in every like major like production companies or like record labels or anything like that, they have just the nastiest PR team behind them. Yeah. Like you have to think of like all the situations that the huge like scandals that happen. Yeah. There's stuff that we like probably never will hear about like all this crazy shit.
No, that's true.
And even if you hear about it, it doesn't make it to social media. It stays on the streets.
Yeah, all I know is it Aaron? Is it A-Rod? Who is it? No, who's the dude that retired from the Yankees last year? Jeter. Jeter is the GOAT for this. He is. He literally makes everyone sign an NDA and he gives them a care package when they leave. Like I'm like, what? I'm like, so
non-disclosure agreement.
If he's
I know that.
If he sleeps with women, like
his record's clean.
Yeah, if he's clean. If he sleeps with women, like apparently, because I can't confirm this first, but like this is
speculation.
This is a thing that people seem to know, that he'll literally make people sign an NDA
and disappear.
And then like he'll give them a care package when they leave with like a signed baseball from him and
you just get shit to shut up. Pretty much shit to shut up.
You stuff. That is fucking hilarious.
And like
that's smart.
Things that you could sell for a lot of money.
How do you get caught?
Just because he's a good guy. Yeah, here, take this. Man. Don't say anything.
Anyway,
don't say nothing.
Don't say where to go.
We're on that topic for a while, but you guys have other questions? Any other questions you want to ask? Either of you?
Yeah, I just want to know what's your guys' thoughts on marriage, like today. You know, just like you know, where do you guys think where does marriage
He got ready. Over
like
he was
represent like what does marriage represent in our society like today, and how do you guys feel about marriage? Or do you guys feel like, you know, you'll get married one day? If so, is there an age? You know, like
Okay.
just that kind of stuff.
We kind of touched on it in the last podcast, but in terms of like what I think society looks at in terms of marriage, I'm finding more people that are okay with like not getting married. They're like, I don't know if I've heard more people say like, I don't know if I want to get married. I'm seeing a lot more people I know getting like common law relationships. I'm no issue with that. For me personally, I do think I would like to get married. I don't know like what age that'll be specifically. But yeah, like I would like to get married and have kids someday, right? I don't have like a finite like amount of kids I like to have, but I don't want like a fuckload, right? Like
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be broke for the rest of my life. Kids are expensive.
Yeah.
But not like I would say marriage is important to me because like Ryan brought this up last time when he was saying like if you have like a reference point for marriage that you can look at, it might play into your viewpoint of how you look at it, right? So for me and my parents are together, and like any relationship, there have been like ups and downs, right? But the whole reason I want to get married is just so that because I've seen things happen, and I'm like, all right, I want to get married so that I can do this better than how my parents did it. Not because I look at them, I'm like, oh, they're so happy and like it looks cool. I want that for myself. It's like, no, like I wanna get married so that if I do have kids, like, you would disagree?
No,
Oh yeah. So like if I do have kids, like I know that I can be better, right? There's always that thing with kids, they want to be better than their parents or like live up to it. Like I want to be better than my parents were. So that's how I feel about it.
For me, it's but I'm very young too to think about it even. But like for me, it's a weird thing. Like it's like some days I'm like, yeah, I would get married and have like a wife and kids and whatever, and then some days it's like, I don't know if that's like, I feel like for sure I'll get married at some point in life, but I don't think I'll like, I don't know if I'd be like happily married. Like I think I could be like one of those guys that has a divorce. But the divorce is also so common now.
I'll say something. You're also 17, which is 1.
Yeah.
2, you've experienced a divorce, which is 2. 3, you haven't met someone that you felt that way about her.
That's
and
really
4,
true.
you haven't had sex yet. Those are 4.
Those are 4 things.
Those are
guys.
4. No,
Four.
I mean, those are 4 big reasons.
Yeah.
I get it.
No,
but you also
no.
have to get it. For me being in the situation, I see myself, and this is gonna very wise beyond my years.
Sure, great. But those 4 things are 4 big reasons and 4 big things you have to overcome before you get any type of perspective on marriage. Your perspective on marriage right now at 17, his perspective on marriage at 17 before experiencing any of those 4 things is going to be very different than once he experiences all those 4 things. Yeah. Once he accepts what divorce was in his life with his parents.
So what were the 4 things again?
Well, I accepted what the divorce was, by the way.
The 4 thing.
Yeah.
He hasn't found someone. He hasn't
17.
found. He's 17. Sorry,
I mean,
his age.
17.
He's
I don't know
17.
if that's-
His parents
His
parents has gone through a divorce.
Okay.
He hasn't had sex yet, and
Wait,
he
you forgot.
haven't had a meaningful relationship.
Okay. So he needs to.
He needs to experience those things for him to have.
I don't know if that's.
I don't think that's fair to say.
To have a complete perspective of how he views marriage in itself as a whole. At 17 versus when he,
I don't know,
if he
but,
meets
like,
a
But
woman.
at 17,
times are
I think
changing.
At 17, I think at 17 he can still have his opinion on it.
I said a complete opinion. He
But
can't.
it's a complete opinion from his perspective. He's 17. He can't
That's
have
exactly.
any-
It's exactly
Yeah,
what I'm
exactly.
saying.
But you're saying complete. I'm saying it is complete.
It's
For him.
complete for him right now,
Yeah, it is
but
complete.
Ryan's
What I'm
saying
saying-
without
I
like
know. I'm just trying to fix your because you're saying
It's not. But it's not.
incomplete. That's
It
what you're
is
saying.
incomplete.
But it's not for him. That's what I'm saying. You have
saying-
to look at it through his.
I'm
lens.
not. No, because just, you can't say something's not incomplete.
So you're
It's
saying that his perspective or his point of view doesn't matter?
what?
From his point of view.
What are you talking about?
I kind of get what you're saying.
I'm
That's
saying
what you
it's
just said, right?
incomplete.
But
Okay,
I'm
let me
saying-
break it down
I'm
for you.
saying it's complete for his perspective.
But that just
because at 17, from my perspective, let me talk.
go ahead.
Love this guy.
Go ahead.
Okay, actually, it's okay.
Go ahead.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm saying
I mean, I'm all
just
must
because
also
it's
say-
just because
Classic Hakeem right
just
there.
because something
Classic.
is listen, just because
Stick it
something
up
is
for a moment.
complete to you, Hakeem,
Yeah.
just because something is complete to you, just because something is right to you, doesn't mean it is.
I'm not saying to him. I'm saying from his perspective.
That's
he's
yeah,
only.
I
he
don't-
can only
That's what
do
I'm
his
saying.
shoes.
Yeah, that's what he said.
That's what I'm saying.
But like for me,
Yeah.
the also like the whole concept of like with divorce and all that, that's like not. For me, that is not like a big tie, and I have come to terms with like my parents getting divorced. Like that was years ago, right? But
Sure.
for me, in this situation, the whole world is just like what it used to be, like the dream of just like going to college,
Yeah.
having a meeting the girl in college, getting married, having kids, having like a small house, good job, a golden retriever, and that's fucking it. Like, and then you just go on the same cycle. That's a whole. It's gone now. Like that's
yeah.
not people's.
That's exactly what I'm trying to explain to you, because everyone has their perspective
Yeah.
based on what they've seen. And that's why I'm saying, to answer Jake's question about marriage is very, in this day and age, based on people's experience rather than what it is someone looks forward to. Before, it was a very social thing that you work hard, you find someone, you get married. It was a very social accepted thing. Now it's very specific based onto what you see particular to you versus me. I want marriage because I've witnessed a successful marriage.
Oh, yeah.
I'm saying you may not want marriage.
I never
or-
said I didn't want marriage.
I'm not saying you did it. I'm not saying you did or did not say. I'm saying you may not. You may as a potential. I'm saying as an option. I'm saying as a idea, a hypothetical situation. Do you want more synonyms?
No.
I'm saying, okay, you may not want marriage like I want marriage because you have experienced your parents' divorce.
Yeah.
You may see me like you're or accept it right now, or feel like
Yeah.
you accept it, or
Yeah.
whatever. At 17, sure, I'm not gonna tell you don't, but I'm saying you are still 17. I am now 27. In 10 years, you may be like, fuck, like because I saw my parents divorce 10 years ago, I don't really know. Or you might be like, because I saw my parents divorce 10 years ago, I want to not make that mistake. That is something you have to go through time to reach a point where you're like, what this event? You don't know how this event affected you yet, like fully. You're 17, you don't. Like it just happened pretty recent. In 10 years, for you to really know like how this really shaped you, because there's so much more you have to do right now.
I can tell man his opinion is incomplete.
No, he wasn't saying it's incomplete.
Yes, he
No.
said the word incomplete.
He was saying from his perspective, he hasn't experienced those things yet.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean up until now in his life he can't have a valid opinion on
I
it.
never
That's
said
not
it's
what he
not
said.
valid.
So that's what I said. So then everything.
You're saying
still
something I
goes-
didn't say.
But no, what I was
You're
saying-
arguing something I didn't even argue.
I'm not arguing that. I'm saying it is complete for him. You
That-
said it was
that's-
incomplete.
no, that's right.
From my perspective, what
He
I'm
didn't
saying.
say that, though.
But from what I heard the word incomplete. That's why I was trying to.
Because
rephrase
I
it.
did say incomplete.
That's why I was. So we're just clarifying everything. But what I was gonna say, aside from whatever, because you said that there was 4 things. What if someone is a person who's not getting married, not having sex before marriage? What if they are, he says he hasn't met the right person yet, so whatever, so he has that.
He hasn't been in a meaningful relationship.
What if he's come to terms with everything? Like he said, he's come to terms with how his parents, their divorce went. He's lived with it for 4 years.
But
He
Ryan
has a
just
good-
answered that though.
I know, but I'm putting everything in totality because he said there was 4 things, right? And obviously he's 17, but he has more years to grow. So you can't say, oh, because he's 17, because next year is going to be old because he's 18.
No,
He
that's
hasn't
not
got-
what.
You said that there was 4 things that he has to go through.
I'm saying it's next year doesn't go old because he's 18. I'm saying 17 is
You
what.
said there was 4 things that he
Yes,
has to go
and
through
next year
before
doesn't-
his viewpoint on marriage
And I'm saying
becomes
next.
complete. That's what he said.
And
Watch
I'm
it, we can watch the
yeah,
tape. And
I
listen
know
to it.
exactly
He
what I
that there's
said.
4
We know what
things-
he said.
There's
I know
4
what-
things that he has to go through to
Yeah.
compete. And I'm saying it doesn't have to be 4 things. His viewpoint on marriage right now is valid because he's only 17. He hasn't experienced anything.
Here's
more
the
than that.
here's an example to nullify everything you're saying.
Okay.
If I'm writing an exam and I answer something to my complete knowledge, it's complete to me, but my answer is incomplete to
But there's
what.
no right or wrong in marriage, so you can't do that. On exams, there's right or wrong. There's fact. There's no
There's
fact
right-
in relationships.
I'm not saying right or wrong.
you just
I
said
said
exam.
complete.
Exam
Complete.
to you, yeah. But in exam, there's a right or wrong. You get marked
It's
right or wrong.
complete and incomplete. I'm not saying right or
continue,
wrong.
continue.
You can have right answers and the answer is still incomplete.
Okay.
That doesn't mean your answer is wrong.
Okay.
Like you were answering some answers and you don't have the rest of the answers.
Okay, so
Doesn't mean what you've written is wrong.
so continue.
It's you've written enough to what you know.
You're right.
To
you're
you,
right. I
it's
apologize. I
Why
cut
are
you
you
off
looking
before
at
you
me?
finished.
because
Why are you looking at me?
I can't stare at them anymore.
Continue.
I can't look at them anymore.
See, they're staring at me.
Like,
Actually, no, but it's okay.
I can't look at it anymore. It's cheesing me.
Because it's gonna be too long. Ernest, my bad for cutting you off. It's my bad for cutting you off. I didn't give you the chance to complete your thought because you got your wrist. And if I give you the chance and I listened, then
Yo,
it
Z,
might
this
have
is
been right.
classic Akeem, though. This is classic.
It is.
Akeem.
It's my bad, Ernest. My bad.
I have no idea the last thing I was saying. I'm gonna have to edit. I'll have to cut it somewhere else. But
Hakeem
but-
left. He got
yeah, so
He got emotional.
he got emotional for
In
a
be-
homie.
in between our break, Hakeem left. Hakeem's a very emotional being. He knows that, but
He's an Aubrey. Okay.
but no, he had some valid points. But all I was really trying to say to you is at your age, age is not the end all be all. No, but you can't pay for experience. There's nothing.
Oh, for sure.
So there's nothing I can say to you that you can go, oh no, I know this whole. And listen, all of us were 17. Like we knew everything when we were 17.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say to you is, I want marriage for myself because I've witnessed my grandparents be married for almost 50 years. So for me, I'm like, I see that it's possible firsthand. I've witnessed it.
Yeah.
So I think I could do that. I believe I could do that or emulate that. For you, if you saw your parents in a relationship and then divorce, I'm not gonna tell you do things like this, but you may be on the other side. It's like, well, like I've witnessed them be great and then end. So it's like that means anyone can
For
end.
me,
you know?
actually, like a lot of it, with if I was gonna say where I looked at it, is not my parents,
Right.
Because my parents, with the situation with my parents went well. Like it was just kind of like some stuff happened,
Yeah.
and then they couldn't kind of really connect on it, but they still stayed like friends.
Yeah.
Like, my
But you might not know all the details about it, or do you? Like they explained everything
all
to you. Okay, fair
I
enough.
mean, like, cause when shit went down,
They're very transparent.
one person was in the other, and the other person was like, my mom was in Florida, my dad was kind of like traveling around, right? So like I know that situation. Like there's not, but with me, it's just the way how I look at it is like social media and all of that. That's where I'm looking like, oh, maybe,
It's not.
maybe,
Yeah.
and that I could meet a girl tomorrow
And probably want
and be like, okay, I'm gonna marry this chick.
yeah.
But maybe marriage like isn't for me.
Right.
Maybe.
Fair
and
enough.
that's a heavy, like a maybe.
Yeah.
Like a MAYBE.
Yeah, we can also maybe.
Like that.
Yeah.
So just in that way, like that's where I've seen it. Because the whole because in Denmark, the standard is that vibe. It's still that vibe. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, you
Very
party when
old-fashioned,
you're
yeah.
younger, and then you get it like married and you have kids and you live and you have a job and like that shit. And then when one person goes out and does the different, everyone has to have an opinion on him or her or like that human being. That's where I see it.
So one last point before we wrap up. I think marriage has become a safety net for us in this day and age. And what I mean by that is, instead of viewing marriage as, I guess a way to share your lives, a way to build with somebody else, a way to, create and just have a new life with someone else. I think a lot of us view marriage as a safety net. It's like, I'm gonna get married to, quote unquote, get out the game, or I'm gonna get married so that I don't, fuck up anymore. Like people get married. It's like, I want to get married to save myself from myself. Like if you're just dating someone, it's like you're dating, girls come here and there, whatever. But it's like, if I get married, then I'm like, then I'm gonna lock on. You know what I mean? Like
people that get married too for like, it's like, oh, I'm at that age. Like, if I don't get married now, it's gonna be awkward later on.
yeah, not.
I've seen
I
that.
still see some people.
I guess I don't think that, but I don't think that's more as prevalent as what I'm trying to
It's
explain.
like in the same way as a safety.
I think it's super prevalent now that marriage is kind of like, when I get married, like then I'll take it seriously. Like before, and if I'm not married, it's just a girlfriend, it's just a thing, it's just a fling. But then I get married, but I think that's what's ruining marriage, because you should be serious before you get married, and marriage should be kind of like this is just locking us in. This is kind of like just making it official, like under law, under God, or however you view it, whatever. But I should already, while I'm dating you for a couple of years, be like, I'm taking you serious.
Seriously.
The marriage is just us solidifying what this is. It's not, I'm gonna fuck around, but we get married, then I'm like, okay. Because that's why you divorce.
Yeah.
Because then you're trying to turn it on.
And you can't.
Like, you can't. You can't. Marriage is not gonna turn it on for you. Like, whoever out there you're dating someone, like, you can't say I'm gonna get serious when I get married. Like that, it doesn't. It's not gonna. And that's why there's so much divorce, because people are trying to, like, it's a switch. It's like, I got married. Sorry guys, can't go out. Like, you should already feel like that before you get married. That, like, you're dating your chick, your boy's like, yo, I'm going out. It's like, nah. Yeah, it shouldn't be. I'm married, guys. I can't. Like, and I think that's kind of what's been happening with social media and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
But that other than that, I think great show. We lost a couple guys along the way. The last man standing. It was dope to have all you guys here, for you guys making it through the whole show. Drop your socials again, how you can find you. This is Jacob.
I don't even have to drop my socials. I just want to shout out Eli, Nosa, Josh, Infinite Expressions, Jiff. You guys are all my mentors. You're a creative. Shout out the homie right there.
Yeah.
Kind of like that, and like socials.
Yeah,
Bunch of emotions you'll find.
Yeah,
on
bunch
the
of
page.
emotions. We have our thing going. It's like a creative collective. We touch base on art, fashion, music, film, and social gatherings and stuff like that. So powwows, yeah, as we like to call them.
I gotta come out to LA, man.
Definitely.
I gotta come out to LA.
LA last year?
Yeah.
Fucking dope.
Yeah.
Like, I miss it
Everything
on a
is, like,
weekly.
just
Yeah.
on another-
I guess I'm the only one in the room hasn't been to LA.
Yeah, well, I've
live
been
in,
telling you, Ryan, come out.
I don't know how you feel about Santa Monica, because, like, you guys are
Santa
from
Monica is, hey, Santa Monica's cool. Like, there's some shit, but the kids down there know how to, like, they're crazy. I don't.
From what I've seen, like,
I get
online,
in
know
trouble if I'm in Santa
From what I've
Monica.
seen, I know they're crazy, but, like, I like the whole vibe of Santa
Yeah,
Monica.
no, even
Van
down
Mon-
by the beach. Like,
If you're down by the beach,
yeah.
but then if you go and you like the kids down there are crazy.
Yeah.
Man, bro, I've gotten into shit and I'm not fun.
I have no idea of any of
I
this.
mean,
No,
So
definitely
I gotta experience
I
that.
kick it on Melrose. That's where I'm at.
Okay.
Yeah.
I went to Melrose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're ever out there again, Z, hit us up.
I will, 100%.
Yeah. And Ernest, get your ass down there.
I gotta come. That's gotta be a next trip. Gotta be a next trip. I gotta do LA. But
KOA.
yeah.
KOA.
KOA, yes. No longer.
Bro, you gotta put some periods.
I'm
It's
not.
really.
No, listen. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, because you're not the only one. You're not gonna be the
I was
first,
gonna ask you
and
that.
you're not gonna be the last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every girl I've met, any guy I meet in person,
Koa?
Is that Mr. Koa?
yes, that's all I
It's
hear.
just, I
No,
read it,
I get.
I'm like, Koa talks.
I have
Easy.
to. I have something that I forget, but I have to look at it from the perspective of somebody else. You're not gonna know it's an acronym,
Exactly.
because you're not. Like,
Koa,
I know it's
mean,
an.
Koa doesn't sound
Yeah.
bad either.
No,
like,
it-
if anyone was
it
like,
sounds-
"Oh, you seen Koa podcast?" Or some
It
shit
sounds
like
bad
that,
because I know that's not what it is.
Yeah.
But for someone who doesn't know, I probably have to explain this for the next 10 years of my life. But KOA is an acronym for King of Arts, which is my brand, King of Arts. But as it's spelled online, there's no periods. You're not gonna assume it's an acronym. So I understand. Anyone who meets you in person, if you say Mr. Cole, which you guys, I'll just be like, yeah. I just take it now. But
I
it's,
must say, too, it's a dope thing.
Yeah.
I fuck with the vision of just being sitting here and all that. It was cool. It's a good
Yeah.
experience. My first podcast.
first podcast.
Hopefully,
Crack
you know,
your- crack your cherry.
Crack
me
the
and-
cherry, come
Me
back.
and Jacob will become something, and this will be like the first. You guys like the first interview I've ever done.
Dope.
Yeah.
Hard.
Wicked,
So,
Yeah.
wicked,
I'm like XX Tentacion with no jumper.
wicked.
He's
But,
Jack too, by the way.
yeah, he's a weirdo. He's a weirdo. But yeah, thank you guys for stopping by. You know my man's over there. This is my brother. A lot of guys, the two guys who left are my brothers.
Yeah.
Zamor kind of just kicked it in. Now he's part of my brother now on this side. One thing I love about my life, I've said this many times, is I have so many different groups. Like I have my basketball crew, I have my clubbing crew, I have my creative crew. Like I have so many different areas, and my job, I feel, is to connect everybody, because everyone knows me, but they don't all know each other, and everyone has different skills that can help somebody else. And it'd just be selfish of me to be like, to know someone in film and someone looking for film, and be like, oh, well, figure it out. Like,
Yeah.
you're looking to meet with somebody, and you'll never meet this person unless it's through me. And if I can do that, That's what I'm all about. So you guys know I share people's shit all the time.
Exactly.
Like I have no problem creating and sharing stuff. And if I like it, I'll share. If I don't like it, I'm not sharing it. Straight. But if I'm never gonna like someone's shit and be like, okay, cool, and just scroll by. I repost people's stuff if I like it, just to if I can get 3 people that never met you before to follow you, and they can get 3 people, that's how you grow, man. But yeah, it's a great episode. I'm your host, Mr. KOA, alongside
Top Boy.
and it's We Need to Talk podcast.
We need to talk.
We need to talk. We need to talk.
We need to talk. We need to talk.